Level 1. The applicant. You apply online, like everyone else. There's a form on the Bundeswehr website. You enter your name, your education, your preferred service branch. You click submit and wait. 3 months later, a letter arrives. They want to see you. You drive to Calw, Baden-Württemberg, deep in the Black Forest. The building looks like any other barracks. Beige walls, fluorescent lights. A sergeant with an expressionless face asks you questions. Are you physically resilient? Can you handle pressure? Do you have ties to Germany? The questions seem random. They are not. They are looking for patterns. They are looking for weaknesses. You get no answer on the spot. You drive home and wait. 4 weeks later, you call. They say you are coming to the aptitude test. Welcome to the selection process of the Kommando Spezialkräfte. If you want to know what happens next, what they actually do to you in Fullendorf, what the training looks like, what it costs, subscribe. Level 2 drops next week, and it gets harder from here. Level 2, the candidate under assessment. They send you to Fullendorf, the Center for Special Operations of the Bundeswehr. 4 weeks. That is the official term for the hardest thing you have ever experienced. You sleep 3 hours a night. You run with weight. You swim in cold water. You solve problems when your body stopped functioning long ago. That is their word for what they are looking for. Not strength, not speed, will. You stand with 20 men on a mountain meadow at 2 in the morning. It is raining. It is cold. Your rucksack weighs 25 kilograms. An instructor tells you that you have 18 kilometers ahead of you. 3 of the men next to you drop out. They set down their rucksacks and walk away. Nobody says a word. You keep going. The failure rate is over 60%. Not because the tasks are impossible, because the mind quits before the body has to. You pass. You are invited to the basic course. Level 3. The soldier. You return to Kull. Now you are a member of the KSK, Kommando Spezialkräfte. You are assigned to a long-range reconnaissance platoon. That is their term for the eyes and ears of the force. Small teams, 4 men. You go where nobody is watching. You observe. You report. You do not fight if it can be avoided. You are shadows. Your first deployment is an exercise. Germany, Bavaria, somewhere in the forest. You lie motionless in a foxhole for 18 hours. It is -3 degrees. You observe a simulated enemy position. You eat a cold ration in the dark. No fire, no light, no sound. You think about your bed at home. Then you think nothing at all. They call that professionalism, when the mind stops wandering and simply functions. Level 4. The deployed soldier. After 2 years in the platoon, you are cleared for overseas deployments. The first one is Afghanistan. You will not be able to tell your family. Not really. You say you are on deployment. You say things are going well. That is all you can say. Your team operates at night. You carry no dog tags. Your vehicles bear no German markings. Officially, you are not there. Unofficially, you are there because nobody else can go. You support operations that do not appear in press releases. You meet people who officially do not exist. You drive roads where IEDs detonated last week. Your team leader tells you, panic kills, focus saves. You tell yourself that 3 times a day. Eventually you believe it. Level 5. The specialist. You have 3 deployments behind you. Mali, Kosovo, Afghanistan again. You are nominated for an advanced course, Halo. That is their term for parachuting from 8,000 meters altitude, wearing an oxygen mask. You open the canopy just above the ground. No sound, no radar signature. You land in darkness. Nobody knows you are there. Afterwards, you complete the combat diver course. You dive into harbors at night. You attach simulated explosive charges to targets underwater. You learn to breathe calmly when everything inside you is screaming. Then you learn to arm charges, to seize buildings, to free hostages, to neutralize enemies before they know you are there. You are no longer a soldier in the conventional sense. You are a tool, precise, disciplined, versatile. Level 6. The team leader. After 8 years, you become a team leader. You now lead 12 men. You plan operations. You bear responsibility. That is their term for lying awake at night, recalculating whether your decisions were right. A deployment in Mali goes wrong. Faulty intelligence. Your target is not in the building. Instead, there are armed men inside who should not be there. You decide in 3 seconds. No report will fully describe that moment. No parliamentary committee was present. All your men come back. You come back, but you carry something with you that has no name. The Bundeswehr calls it operational stress. You call it nothing. You do not talk about it. Level 7, the instructor. After 12 years in the force, you are transferred to the training division. You now train those who come after you. You recognize their mistakes because you made the same ones. You recognize the exhaustion in their eyes because it was the same as yours. You tell them what you wish someone had told you back then, and the other things you do not tell them, the things that only time can teach. You're 42 years old. Your knee hurts every morning. Your left shoulder dislocates if you move your arm the wrong way. Too many jumps, too many falls. The doctors tell you that you can no longer lead deployments. Too many concussions, too much damage. You take the job as instructor, not because you have no choice, but because someone has to do this work. Level 8, the liaison officer. They send you to Washington, then to Ramstein, then to Brunsum, NATO headquarters. You coordinate operations between the KSK and Allied forces. You sit in rooms where decisions are made that generate newspaper articles, whose true background you know and cannot explain. You learn to pass the right information at the right time to the right people. They call that strategic communication. You call it poker. Sometimes you win, sometimes you do not. You usually find out about the losses months later. By then, you're already somewhere else. Level 9, the Commando. You take command of a unit, 100 men. You are responsible for their training, their operational readiness, their lives. When they deploy, you have signed off that they are ready. When they do not come back, you carry that with you. You write letters to families. The letters are professional. They are sincere, but they do not say everything. You cannot say everything. You authorize operations that could fail. You halt operations that would have worked because the risk was too high. Every decision is a bet. Some you win, some you lose. You learn to carry both without showing it. Level 10, the Shadow. You retire after 28 years. There is a small ceremony at the barracks. 30 people. Most of them you have known for years. One of your former men now leads his own unit. Another one you saved in a night you have never spoken about. You receive a decoration, the Cross of Honor of the Bundeswehr for bravery. It will sit in a box in your wardrobe. You cannot show it to anyone. You cannot explain what you did to earn it. You move to a house on the outskirts of town. You do not know many people anymore. Those you spent every day with for 20 years are scattered across the world or dead. Those you knew before are strangers now. You cannot tell them where you have been. Not really. You wake up at night. You check doors and windows, not because there is danger, but because your body has forgotten how to feel safe. Your pension is solid. Your healthcare is excellent. The state has taken care of you, as far as states can take care of people. But you are alone with what you know. The operations that never took place, the decisions that were never documented, the faces of those who did not come back. None of it is official. None of it will ever be acknowledged. You are a shadow. You did things your country needed done, things that would frighten most citizens if they knew. You carry that weight alone. You will carry it to the end. And when you die, there may be a brief note in an internal registry. No name in the newspaper, no memorial. A name in an archive nobody reads. Somewhere a young person is sitting in a barracks or a student dormitory filling out the form right now. They are thinking about camaraderie, about adventure, about serving. They have no idea what they are really signing up for. They will learn. They all do. The cycle begins again.